right back at it. My block, when you dap up, they laugh at it. I was born in the G code, embedded in my blood. We don't talk to police. Double back and do it again. Look out, we everyday grind.
I still gotta wonder why I never seen a man cry till I seen a man die.
I think if Adam would've had another squeeze, he might not have ate those fruits. I'm glad people got a chance to see me, man, because people don't really get the chance.
Sure you are,
they don't really get a chance to. You a selfish ass, Willie.
Before hip-hop had moguls in silk suits or Pulitzer-winning poets, it had a prophet from Houston with a voice like thunder and pain that dripped like scripture. That prophet's government name is Brad Terrence Jordan, but the streets baptized him Scarface. And from the moment he gripped a microphone, the rap gang tilted on its axis.
Now the whole entire world has gotta try to come up with the quick decision.
Born November 9th, 1970, and raised in Houston's South Acres, also known as Crestmont Park, FaZe wasn't the kind of kid pedaling bikes after school. He was scribbling verses in the margins of pain, carving salvation into notebook pages, like he knew the world might never listen unless he made it bleed.
I had already made up in my mind what I was gonna do. You know what I mean? Like I was gonna rap, man.
Scarface didn't stroll into the rap scene. He marched in like he owned the building. As a member of the legendary Ghetto Boys, he helped turn Southern hip-hop into a full-blown movement.
Kick back and peep game, 'cause damn it feels good to be a gangster.
Those raw, no-holds-barred stories, straight from the heart, with enough grit to sandpaper your soul.
Still, I think I need to breathe 'cause I ain't feeling right.
When he went solo, he didn't just succeed, he made the mic submit. No coattails, no gimmicks, just razor-sharp verses and heavyweight presence.
I guess you only get a minute to pray and a second to die.
He didn't need permission. He rewrote the rulebook. The Source ranked him in their top 50 lyricists of all time. And let's be real, that's not some participation trophy. Then About.com upped the ante, slotting him into the top 10 MCs from 1987 to 2007. 2 straight decades of lyrical dominance. While the trends came and went like bad haircuts, Scarface stayed rock solid. And trust, this is just the intro. There's a whole lot more behind this rap icon's rise, and it only gets deeper from here. Now we're getting into the real backstory, the kind that doesn't show up on shiny award plaques, but shaped the legend all the same. Scarface wasn't just born in Houston, he survived it. He went to Woodson Middle School right there in the heart of the city, and trust, school books couldn't hold his attention the way the streets did. High school, yeah, that didn't last.
I went to school for all of about 3 days.
He dropped out and started hustling as a drug dealer, grinding through a world that was as dangerous as it was defining. And here's where things get heavy. As a teenager, Scarface faced a darkness that no one saw coming.
Who knows how this would have turned out if I would have walked out of here at 14, 15 years old.
He attempted suicide and ended up in a psychiatric hospital. That's not tabloid drama. That's raw, unfiltered pain.
Boy, doesn't take me serious, but little does he know I'm really losing it. I got a head, but ain't no screws in it.
But instead of letting it break him, he used it, turned it into fuel. The kind of fuel that would later become the foundation of some of hip-hop's most brutally honest verses.
Now I'm feeling lonely. My mind is playing tricks on me.
So when you hear Scarface rap about struggle, it's not a character, it's his truth. Every bar is a scar, every verse a survival story. Buckle up, because this ride through Scarface's rise is like flipping through the wildest, most legendary hip-hop scrapbook ever made. Let's rewind to when he was just a hungry kid with a mic, a mission, and a stage name that screamed 90s VHS, DJ Action, pronounced as Action, because subtlety was never the point.
A black suit and a cane like my own. Some might say take a chill, B.
He was DJing and recording for Lil Troy's Houston label, Shortstop, already testing the waters before baptizing himself with the new name inspired by Tony Montana himself. In 1989, he dropped the 12-inch single, Scarface / Another Head Put to Rest.
And give the man some respect, you guess, another head put the rest.
Written by Chris, Mr. 32 Barriere, and produced by Def Jam Blaster and Bruce Grim Rhodes. That track was basically Scarface planting his flag in the rap game, and the streets were listening. Next move, he signed with Rap-A-Lot Records and officially joined the Ghetto Boys, sliding into the lineup like he'd been there all along. The group's second album, Grip It, On That Other Level, was a full-on cultural earthquake. Radio stations and MTV wanted nothing to do with its ultra-violent lyrics, but the fans, oh, they ate it up. Suddenly, the Ghetto Boys were the face of Southern hip-hop, and Scarface was leading the charge.
It ain't no secret. The world is a ghetto.
By 1991, Scarface was ready to step out solo. Going solo wasn't a gamble. He made it look like destiny. The album was a hit, and just like that, his solo shine started eclipsing the entire group. But let's be clear, he didn't abandon ship. He stayed with the Ghetto Boys, the one member who held it down through every lineup shakeup since 1989. Loyalty with the mic in hand, that's rare air.
The Scarface is back.
In 1992, Scarface made headlines again by popping up on Live and Let Die, the Kool G Rap and DJ Polo album. East Coast meets Dirty South, that was a collab no one saw coming, and it shook the underground to its core. Around that time, he also linked up with West Coast icons like Ice Cube and MC8. And kept the family close by working with Devin the Dude, another Rap-A-Lot favorite. Scarface wasn't just rapping, he was networking like a boss before LinkedIn was even a thing. Then came the golden era of Scarface albums. The Diary
The Diary of a Born Killer. Don't have to worry about me falling off this bank 'cause I'm a strong.
and The Last of a Dying Breed weren't just hits, they were hip-hop scripture. The Last of a Dying Breed especially
Planted in my seed. The last of this breed.
had critics and fans alike bowing down, and it earned him the Lyricist of the Year crown at the 2001 Source Awards.
Scarface, you know what I'm saying?
That's not just flowers, that's a full parade. In 2002, he dropped The Fix, and the guest list read like a Hall of Fame induction. Nas,
Circumstances are like my first fight. I lost it with swinging my arms, bugging, adrenaline pumping.
Jay-Z, Faith Evans, Kelly Price, WC,
From Best Side to the South Side, the West Side, and we're known to make the trigger jerk.
Beanie Siegel. He was cooking with top-tier ingredients, and the final product, straight fire. And while The Fix was still climbing charts, remember, he'd already been steering the ship at Def Jam South since 2000.
And I actually signed with Def Jam. You know, when Def Jam was Def Jam, when you had to have stripes to get on Def Jam.
That's right. Scarface wasn't just killing it in the booth, he was running the boardroom too. As president and coordinator of Def Jam South from 2000 to 2005, he helped launch none other than Ludacris. The South wasn't just rising, it was roaring, and Scarface was behind the wheel.
So I produced 98% of my whole solo album. Wow. So I made the beats and all of that.
By the mid-2000s, he circled back to the Ghetto Boys for one last hurrah. Their final album as a trio, The Foundation, dropped in 2005.
Yes, yes, y'all. To the streets, y'all. It's GB, y'all.
But he didn't stop there. He popped up on Notorious B.I.G.'s posthumous duets, The Final Chapter,
I've been plotting on this man, caught him slipping and sleeping. I hit his with the can.
and laced tracks with Beanie Siegel, Freeway,
In a destructive manner, we throw bammers, trash talking in the Chevy.
and Tech Nine. A rap nomad, Face always seemed to surface wherever greatness was about to erupt. And in between all that, he was still producing, lending beats to the iconic UGK album Underground Kings.
The atmosphere is now ripped. I'm so like a pimp. I'm glad it's night. So delight.
The man was everywhere, and every move was strategic. Scarface was the kind of rapper who didn't just spit bars. He told stories that made your chest tighten. His raw lyrics, dark themes, and refusal to censor the ugly truths of life made him both controversial and legendary. Scarface stood out with that gravelly voice and dead serious delivery. You weren't just listening to his verses, you felt them. Tracks like Mind Playing Tricks on Me
I'm staring at the woman on the corner. It's messed up when your mind is playing tricks on you.
weren't just bangers, they were mental health manifestos before that was even a conversation in hip-hop. Yet, behind the plaques loomed demons darker than any baseline. Scarface has never shied from discussing the depression that once drove him to a teenage suicide attempt, a scar he would later suture with song. Listen to I Seen a Man Die, as he confesses,
I ain't never seen a man cry till I seen a man die.
I never understood why. I could never see a man cry till I seen a man die. That isn't merely a bar. It's a eulogy set to a heartbeat. No ad-lib, no stunt double, just Brad Jordan, exhaling the weight of survival. As years passed, he also started speaking out on real issues: politics, injustice, the rap industry. Scarface wasn't scared to call out the fakeness or the corruption, and in 2019, he even ran for Houston City Council. That's right.
When I asked the question, should I run for city council? And everybody, it was an overwhelming response. I was like, damn.
The same guy who once rapped about shootouts and survival was now out here trying to make change in his own city. He lost the race, but the message was clear. Scarface cared more than just beats and bars. Then came 2020. When COVID-19 hit, Scarface caught it early, and it hit hard.
So I had the COVID like hella bad, right? And you had to walk into my room with a spacesuit on.
This wasn't some sniffle and move on case. Scarface's body shut down. He was on dialysis, couldn't breathe properly, and for a while, it looked like we might lose him. He described the experience as one of the worst times in his life, saying his lungs felt like they were filled with broken glass. He lost weight, lost strength, and nearly lost his life.
Where I just felt like I was gonna die, bro. Started off with pneumonia in both of my lungs, right? And 3-4 days later, my kidneys failed.
But in true Scarface fashion, the man survived. And the twist is, when it was clear his kidneys were failing, his own son stepped up and donated one of his kidneys to save his father's life.
He didn't even ask me. I just told him, like, when everything was going down, I was saying, hey, man, you don't have to go through all of that. If I'm a match, I'm going to do it.
That's real love. That's real legacy. Scarface didn't just survive COVID. He came back from the brink with his family beside him, reminding everyone that his story wasn't over. These days, Scarface moves like semi-retired royalty. You won't find him thirst trapping on TikTok or chasing algorithm crumbs.
I'm not all over Instagram and all over, social media showing what I do.
Yes, sir.
He's the elder statesman who already did everything today's rappers tweet about. Innovated a region, survived the industry, beat the Reaper, and still walks Houston pavement with that famous stoop-shouldered stride. Scarface didn't merely survive hip-hop, he reforged it. And when history calls roll on the prophets of this culture, it won't whisper his name. It'll shout, Scarface. All caps, no filter.